honey. But here's your pasta. We took it all out of the boiling water. It's cooked about, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. But you can see it's, you know, pliable. It's starchy, so that you want to put it on these towels, but they have to be cotton, remember. And they'll feel a little starchy, but that's okay. Now we're going to start to layer our lasagna. We're going to go this way with it. Make sure you always put sauce in the bottom. If you don't, your lasagna will stick, and that will not be good. So we're going to do like so. Okay, so we've got little regat. We're going to do some mozzarella in here. You know, it's going to look different than a lasagna that you normally see with supermarket pasta because, you know, we didn't make it the exact shape, but who cares, right? It tastes really good. You can make it the exact shape if you want to. Now here we're going to put in some of our, whoops, our mixed meat and stuff. And you know, the filling is up to you. If you want to put a lot in, put a lot in. If you want to do several layers and make it more pasta, you can do that. Oh, I'm getting so hungry just looking at this.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
We may actually have enough to do a couple lasagnas. Now, in between that layer, you want to put a little sauce. Don't go too heavy on the sauce, but you just need a little bit in there. Okay. Push it around a little bit. Now you see you got a little extra here, so when you're done, you can just take one of your little paring knives or whatever and cut it off. And you can stick it in, you know, the places where we didn't make it perfect. Like so. Okay, we're ready for our next layer. I always kind of like it over the sides a little bit so that the cheeses and everything kind of stay in place. I'm going to put the meat mixture in next. This is going to be our main level, so we're going to kind of give it a nice, generous amount here. We're going to load this with a lot of mozzarella this time. Okay, now we're going to go a little heavier on the sauce. Now, I'm sure you can see there are seeds in this sauce. That doesn't bother us. Some people, they may not like that. So if the seeds bother you, what I would recommend doing is you can puree this. You know, you can put it through like a Foley food mill, and that'll take the seeds out as well. Now let's see what we can do here. There's a good looking one. It's a nice one. 2, 3. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is go around and cut this off. There's all kinds of lasagna pans too. You can get, you know, really big ones and deeper ones if you want to make a deep dish lasagna. You can use any kind of cheese that you want. You know, there's just cheese lasagnas. There's whatever you want, but you could put zucchinis in here. Do all kinds of things. Yeah, we're going to put some sauce on top. Now we do have some Parmesan. We'll have to see what we've got left. You can top it with a little Parmesan if you want. If you want to cook with the Parmesan in it, you can do that. Like I said, you can use any kind of cheeses that you want. Romano's good. fontina would be good, just very expensive to make. Good, now we're going to set our oven, excuse me, at 350. And we're going to put that in the oven. And the thing about lasagna, but it's the perfect cook-ahead meal. So you make it the day before, you bake it the next day, stick it back in the oven to reheat it. It cooks it again. It keeps it nice and thick. It keeps the ragout from getting runny. So, but tonight we're just going to cook it. We're going to start with 45 minutes because it's not a really, really big one. But it might need more time. We'll see. That looks okay, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I know you say, look, you've been working on this for 5 hours, and that's what you get. It's worth it. It's worth every minute of it. A little bit of cleanup, but okay. So we have some leftover stuff here. So I have another little pan available to me. I don't have any more sauce. So what you would do in this case is run to your pantry, open up a can of tomato paste, put in about 2 cans of water, mix it up. You got a little extra sauce. You could throw together a little mock lasagna with that. You'll have an extra one. So we're going to see in about 45 minutes. I ran and got a can of tomato paste. I put 2 cans of water in it, threw in a little oregano, salt, pepper. You know what? That's really what you get when you go to a restaurant. They don't make homemade tomato sauce like we did. So I did that. I had some leftover pasta and filling. I threw it all together. Look at that. I got another pasta. So that recipe really was for a big pasta dish. We just ended up doing 2 small ones. Okay, it's been about, I don't know, 50 minutes, I guess, and we're going to take a look at our lasagnas now. They're bubbling nice. You know what? I think they could be done. Now you see how that pasta has puffed up? That's because it was a little al dente when I put it in there. And it continued to cook. In the oven. So, unfortunately with lasagna, the only way to find out whether it's really cooked is to cut into it. It looks pretty good, you know, it's got some nice, you know, the pasta's certainly cooked. It's whether did all the cheese cook, you know, did it melange in there really nice. So we're going to do that. Look at this. We've got our beautiful fresh bread that we made today too. I'm going to cut into that. That looks pretty nice, that bread. See that? It's a nice piece of bread. See the cheese in there, nice and gooey. I think it's okay. And there it is. You know what, guys? I think we're a go on that lasagna. Something tells me we're going to be having seconds. Look at that. Nice fresh tomatoes in there. See how the ragout is solidified? That's what the egg does in there. It's very important that it solidifies. Otherwise you get this big gooey mess, and you don't want that. Now, shall we have a taste? It's very hot. Let's see. It's too hot, I think. Perfecto. Try a little piece of bread. I only use real butter. I don't care. You're gonna have homemade bread. You gotta have the real deal. You gotta have the real butter. None of this, I can't believe it's not butter. Because you know what? I definitely believe that that's not butter. Perfect. Crust is nice. The inside moist. It's beautiful. We're gonna eat. We'll see you next time.